The capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent, is translated as a stone city. Indeed, the modern Tash city of the 21st century seems to be the center of high-rise buildings. Architectural ideas are expressed in the builders' boldest concepts. In one of such buildings, the Kazakhstan Around the World expedition met with the president of the National Olympic Committee in Uzbekistan. Malik Babayev gave a firm handshake to Dmitry Petrukhin and invited the head of the Kazakhstan delegation to the negotiating table. For the first time, Uzbekistan took part in the Olympic Games in Lillehammer in 1994. Then in Norway, the Games were held for winter kinds of sports. The country was represented by 7 sportsmen, including 4 women. In those games, the first gold Olympic medal in history of Uzbekistan was taken by Alina Chiryazova in freestyle. At the same time, I can tell you we took part in all Olympic Games and in all Asian Games. Now we plan to take part in Astana. Well, as for Almaty, I don't know. But I think we will try to participate in Almaty too. We would like our sportsmen to take part in the games. Well, I think of course our results will not be so good as the results of the Asian Games host. I know that the level was established by the country leaders too high, and that from the point of view of organizational process, huge means, both material and the intellectual were contributed. Your organizing committee works very well, and I think that is really the most important and big purpose which was put by the President of Kazakhstan to develop good infrastructure not only for these 8 days, but so that in future Kazakhstan could have a huge potential to carry out such large-scale activities, and so that people could go in for winter kinds of sports. Propagation of the Asian Games by bike is a unique campaign, Mr. Babayev says, since this approach will make many people become good friends and many summer countries at last will have an opportunity to participate in Winter Games. Certainly, we will also rejoice at your victories. As for us, we don't have any chances to win, but we'll fight so that the host could take the first place in the team event. The meeting resulted in traditionally presenting Kazakh national souvenirs to employees of the Olympic Committee. Then Malik Babayev put his autograph on the legendary copy of the Asian Olympic Committee's flag, which became Dmitry Petrukhin's integral part very long time ago, with which Kazakhstan and Jahangir doesn't part at all. The following meet was held already in Kazakhstani territory in Tashkent. In the embassy of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Dmitry Ivanovich and its team were met by the entire embassy office led by the ambassador. Buribay Jiksenbin says that he is proud of Dmitry Petrukhin, that Dmitry Petrukhin is a legendary person, a real patriot of his motherland, that he putting at risk his health and his life, left for such a dangerous cruise, and besides, he never regretted doing so. On the contrary, he tries to follow the national campaign to its logical end. It is also interesting for us to have a talk, to sit at the same table with you, to greet you. Besides, you are a real national ambassador of Kazakhstan already, and you have a diplomatic rank. As an ambassador in all countries, you represent Kazakhstan, Kazakhstani sport and the world sports, especially in such an extraordinary form as a biker. It could be easily understood when a football player goes by plane, a boxer goes by car or by plane, but when a biker goes on his own and together with his team, well, that's something. Take your hat along. Welcome to Kazakhstan. Giving souvenirs to all participants of the expedition, Ambassador Buribay Jiksenbin suggested going outdoors and having their photos taken in a courtyard on the well-known motorcycle of biker Petrukhin. Saying goodbye, Ambassador Buribay Jiksenbin wished all the participants of the motocross good luck with the first games of such a scale in Kazakhstan. Uzbekistan, ancient Mavaran Nahar, a cradle of many nations and the center of the many empires, is perhaps the most charming of the Central Asian republics. And in one of the historical cities in Samarkand, the expedition participants had to stay for 3 days instead of the planned one. In narrow, small streets of the ancient city, Dmitry Petrukhin, riding his bike, ran into a road which punched a hole in the bottom and broke the speed change gearbox. All the oil flowed out of there. Well, it's not for the first time. Such a situation happened in Vietnam and in Russia too, as the result of those roads which come across on our way. Actually, it's impossible to go by such a motorcycle. Ideally, I need a new motorcycle in order to complete such a project, PR of Kazakhstan and PR of the Asian Games. The motorcycle was repaired by local masters who are famous for their magical hands. Well, it's welded up. It will be able to go thousands of miles, I think so. After testing the Iron Horse for durability, Dmitry Petrukhin and his team set out for Turkmenistan.